Dear humans, this is an adoption campaign, but it's not for me, or Mr. Buttons, or Frank over there. It's for you, humans. This is a call to humans to adopt our movement, to adopt our cause.
This isn't just about saving one of us.
It's about saving all of us.
Thousands of lives, every single day.
It's about support for every one of us four, and sometimes not four-legged best friends, waiting to meet a best friend of our own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge.
Shelter by shelter, city by city.
We can save thousands of pets each day. Join us. Together we can save them all.
Thank you for joining us for Pet Connect. I'm Tara Douglas. We'll be out at the Sylacauga Animal Shelter this weekend on Saturday from 11 to 1, walking dogs as always. We've had a lot of our volunteers on vacation, so if you've been thinking about coming, we definitely need the help right now, and we would love to have new faces out there helping us walk the dogs. We've got everything from puppies to older dogs. We've got calmer dogs. Most of the dogs are so excited to get out, they're going to be pulling you around, so keep that in mind. But we do have puppies that need to be integrated, and so we can bring them out and you can sit and pet puppies or put them in the play yard. There are also cats, so we've got lots to do for everybody. So please join us this weekend at 11 o'clock. And while you're there, definitely ask to meet Tatiana. She is our pet of the week this week. That's Tatiana right there. She is a Pyrenees, and she is about 3 years old, we believe. She's a little timid when she's meeting new dogs, but she is a very sweet dog and not the least bit aggressive. And she certainly does love all the volunteers. And so we are hoping that we can find her a home where she can run around and do all those things that Great Pyrenees do. And so come on out to meet her. If you see any posts about her, please share them. And that goes with any of our posts that the shelter puts out or Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill. The more shares we get, the more that those posts can stay in front of people, and the better chance we have of finding homes for these dogs and cats. So please, please just click that share button whenever you see anything, because you never know who's a friend of yours on Facebook that is looking for the exact dog or cat, or looking to help in some way. So please share anything that you see about her and come out to visit her this weekend from 11 to 1. And then don't forget, we have our voucher sale coming up. That is Saturday, June 14th from 9 until we run out of vouchers. And so we will have vouchers for male and female dogs, male and female cats. All the vouchers are $30. So this is a significant savings. And we have raised money. We've had support from the Talladega County Commissioners. We've had support from the City of Sylacauga so that we can provide these low-cost vouchers for the community. And so come out. You have to have cash or check. And these are only for Alabama Spay and Neuter. So they are in Irondale. And they do send a transport to Sylacauga. So you drop your dog or cat off early on Monday morning at Home Depot, and then they will return the pet on the next day on Tuesday. Usually it's mid-morning. So they try to do everything they can to make it easy on you. And if you have any questions about it, please contact the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill. So you can contact us on Facebook. You can email us at theferaldogsofavondalemill@gmail.com. But do contact us instead of PetSense or the shelter. We don't want to clog up their phone lines with the voucher sale information. This is all run by Feral Dogs. We are just fortunate to have PetSense as our place that they will allow us to do it. So thank you to PetSense for letting us do our voucher sales every time we have them. Now we're going to go ahead and get to my special guest. I have a familiar face here. She's been on my show before. She's often on Randy's Corner, but I have Rebecca White here. She is the owner of BioLife Fitness, and she is a wonderful Zumba teacher we have here in town. And we're going to talk about your dogs here in a little while too, but yes. Let's start first with Zumba. Okay. So we've talked about that before, but your Zumba world has grown like crazy. I love to see your videos and pictures on Facebook. How did you first get into Zumba? What?
A few years ago, I was working at Diamond Fitness, and so that's whenever I got licensed. I started my Zumba journey there at Diamond Fitness as a full-on Zumba instructor. I taught regular Zumba. And then, life, and then I decided to do an adventure on my own and kind of step out and make a change. And so I created Bila Fitness, and I knew I wanted to do Zumba, continue that, because I love to dance. I'm not a very good dancer, but that's the one thing about Zumba. You don't have to be a great dancer to take it or teach it. So, but I went to the rec, and they have me there. And Lauren reached out to me about the senior center, and I was teaching regular Zumba, and it was good. It's a lot of wear and tear on your joints because Zumba can be high intensity, and so she asked me about teaching the seniors there, and that was I taught Gold, which is for 55 plus, but we did a standing class. I'd never taught a chair class before, and I said let's try this, and so I started there. It's been over 2 years ago that I started teaching chair Zumba, which it's really called Zumba Gold Seated.
Okay.
So that's what it's considered under the Zumba umbrella.
Okay.
And so started there, and the classes started smaller than definitely what they are now, but they just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow. And so then we got to the point to where we had outgrew the room, and so now we're in the gym over at the Sylacauga Parks and Rec. They were nice enough to let us come into the gym, and I teach there, and we can have I've had up to almost 70 in there.
You've got a lot of people in there.
Yes.
If you ever catch any of the information online about Rebecca's class, you started in one of the side rooms, and then now you've got the gym almost full. I love to see those videos and those.
It's so fun.
All of your students have such a good time.
Yeah,
and
it's a fun class. Exercise can be intimidating to new people coming in. Maybe you haven't worked out ever in your life. I've been there. I've never, I haven't always been into fitness. I haven't always been an instructor. I had to start somewhere, and I know it's nerve-wracking. You're walking into a room, you don't know anybody. You're not going to know the moves. You're going to feel like you look like an idiot, but I mean, we're all in there looking crazy. I'm the one that looks the most crazy because I have a good time.
You have a great time up there.
Yes.
Don't look crazy at all. But with that said, what can someone expect walking into their first Zumba class? What can they do to feel better about coming in and understand what's expected when they come in?
Yeah, the first thing for me, it's very important, is I'm always there early before the class starts because I always like to greet. I don't just like to come into my class and teach it. I like to greet people, get to know people. We're like a little family. And so, and they start supporting each other. And so, but I'm there at the door first, and just come in, and I tell everybody, do what you can. It's not a competition. You just do have fun. Don't worry about the moves. Listen to the music, have a good time, watch me. Even if you're just sitting there watching me the first couple of classes, doing a couple of the moves, that's fine. And then you'll get more into it. And then we use the same music for a little while, but then I do add things in, take things out. But no pressure. Just come in and have a good time. And but we do all the things. We do lower body, upper body. We get our heart rate up. We have a lot of fun. So
it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of your students develop friendships and relationships within the class, and that adds another layer to the fun of coming to class.
Yeah, I love hearing the chatter of everyone talking and hugging, and then they're like, oh, I invited so and so, and then they finally come and they're hugging, and it's just a warm, friendly environment. So,
and you have some themed class, some things that you do also. What have you done in the past?
Oh, we've had. Of course, I do like spooky season. We do Christmas. I've had country theme. The next thing I have coming up is going to be a sock hop. So it's going to be all music from the 50s. And if you want to, you can wear your poodle skirts. And we're going to have one day just to dress up and have fun. So that's one of the new things that we have coming up. So, oh gosh, we've had a beach theme. All kinds of fun things.
Now, let's talk about classes at the rec first. So when do you teach? What times? Everything.
Okay, I'm there Monday through Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is the Zumba Gold Seated class. That's at 10 a.m.
Okay.
The rec, they sponsor that class, so it's free for anybody 55 plus. But I'm hoping to make it available to anybody. So if you're under 55, I think we're going to start allowing people to come in, but they would have to pay $5.
Okay.
Because they just sponsor it for the seniors.
Okay.
So hoping that that's going to be open. And then on Friday, the class is open to anybody of all ages.
Okay.
And that is in a side room because it is a little bit smaller of a
Okay.
class on Fridays. But we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 o'clock at the rec.
Okay.
And then Tuesday, Thursdays, I have a fun class. It's called Sit and Tone.
Okay.
And it's where it's a 45-minute class. We use weights and we use resistance bands.
Okay.
So we work core, we work a lot of upper body with the weights. But of course, if you're just a beginner and you're not so sure about the weights, you can just put the weights down and use your own body weight.
Okay.
So that's on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m.
Okay.
So
You've got lots of opportunities to get in there to your classes.
every
and
day of the
enjoy
week
them.
you can come in.
Now, you not only do classes at the rec, but you also go to some of the facilities here
Mm-hmm.
in the area to help seniors out. Let's talk about that. What have you been doing there?
Well, where I go to this facilities, I call that active living. It's an extended program from Bilo Fitness, where I go and I do exercise classes with the residents there.
Okay.
So I've been going to Coosa Valley Nursing Home for about 2 years now.
Okay.
So, and I've added a few other facilities, one in Ellick City and a assisted living facility here.
Okay.
So, and I do seated Zumba with them, but we're about to, this week actually, I'm adding something called Music in Motion, where we're going to incorporate musical instruments.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing a tambourine.
Oh, that'll be so much fun.
It's going to be so fun. They're bright colored. They're small enough to where anybody can hold them, and it's a very easy class. But fun. But with the music, there are so many benefits to music. Adding the musical instruments to that cognitively. We'll do different sequences with the tambourines where we make different motions in a sequence, which can help cognitively and help fight against dementia and Alzheimer's. So.
Yeah, I was looking at your Facebook post about adding that music, and there you have so many wonderful things listed that adding music can help
Yeah.
these people that are living at those facilities have a better life and
Yes.
and have some enjoyment and
Yes.
very much like I've had people on here talking about taking pets to the facilities.
Yes.
So and a lot of the same things cross over from using the instruments with your classes and also bringing some dogs in. And the shelter has recently taken some dogs
Yes.
to the nursing home so that they could have some puppies and dogs to pet.
Very beneficial. Actually, one of the ladies that takes my class, her name's Celeste. She goes to Coosa Valley in different facilities with her dog named Bo.
Okay.
And he is so cute, and she's so fun. And he's been there while I was teaching the class. So, yeah, it's very beneficial.
So let's talk about your dogs. Now that we're talking about dogs, you've got 3 dogs.
yes.
So you have a rescue dog we've talked about on here before, the story about how you rescued him, because he just came up to your house, right?
Yeah,
And
he
you-
was abandoned, and so it took us about 6 months to get him to come to us.
But you also have these 2 little stinking cute creatures right here.
So cute. Yes, that's Lucy is the youngest one, and Daisy, she's the dapple one.
Okay.
Lucy's the long-haired, and Daisy's the short-haired.
Okay, so tell us about them. You always have the cutest videos on your Facebook page about these two.
I am
two
definitely
babies.
a dog mom, that's for sure. I think I have more pictures of my dogs than my kids.
I think you do too.
But look how beautiful Daisy is. Well, we had a Chihuahua, and she had passed a few years ago. And anytime you lose a pet, it's always like devastating.
It is.
And so my heart was crushed, and I didn't have the place. I wasn't ready for another dog. And then me and my husband, we went to Oktoberfest in Coleman, and they have the weenie race in Coleman at the Oktoberfest, and there were all these little weenie dogs running around. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need one of those.
Yeah.
And they're so cute, and it just happened to when we got home. My daughter, one of her friends, she actually raises dachshunds.
Okay.
And that's how we became a family. And Daisy and Lucy are actually sisters, just from a different
Okay.
litter. Yeah.
Well, they sure are cute and sure do
Yeah,
have
that is
look like they
definitely
have a
their
great time.
personality. Yeah,
your
they-
house is total chaos, I bet.
They love porch time. They go to the door and
Yeah.
they wait for me to. And that was actually a video, and I screenshotted
Yeah.
because I was like, that's too perfect.
Well, maybe sometime you can take Daisy and Lucy to to a Zumba class and let them participate
gosh.
in that.
Look,
And
the
so
side eye.
they are so cute. And thank you so much for coming on the show
Thank
today,
you for
though.
having
and
me.
we'll have you again sometime. You can tell us more about future things that you have going on.
Yeah,
and
always
if you end up
something.
with another dachshund, we can talk about a
I'm
third
done.
one at your house.
I'm done.
But-
I'm a two parent person.
But make sure to come out this weekend, though, and meet Tatiana at the shelter and help us walk dogs from 11 to 1. And don't forget about our spay and neuter voucher sale. Let everyone you know that we're having it so that we can get as many dogs and cats fixed here in Sylacauga as possible. And I'll have Terry Brooks, she's the president of the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, on the show next week, and we'll be talking about the spay and neuter voucher sale and our program and how much we're trying to get as many dogs and cats fixed in this area. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Rebecca, for coming on the show. And we'll have more Daybreak after these messages.